I like the Carborundum additive process because it's so similar to doing a monotype. It's spontaneous, it's direct, low-tech, and you can make a plate that has a fixed image that you can use to do additioning or to do a series of repeated imagery. And it's also nice to work with monotype in combination. Carborundum gel is a pre-made mixture of 220 grit carborundum powder and acrylic gel medium. The texture of the carborundum grit is what holds the ink, and the gel is what binds it to the plate. I use the carborundum gel straight from the jar for the darkest tone. Notice it's thick but still brushable. Adding acrylic medium or gloss medium loosens it for smoother brush strokes, and it reduces the amount of grit. When it's not as gritty, the ink will wipe away and the color will be lighter on the print. Here's the carborundum gel straight from the jar. It yields the darkest tone. This one has equal parts carborundum gel and acrylic medium. This is 4 parts acrylic medium to 1 part carborundum gel. This is 8 parts acrylic medium to 1 part carborundum gel. With a measuring spoon and stencil brush, I'll start by mixing equal parts carborundum gel and acrylic medium. I have 4 different mixtures ready to go. My image is mapped out so I know where I want to place my various mixtures. I can use this as a guide for my marks and for easy registration for multi-plate printing. For smooth brush strokes, I am using Escoda synthetic brushes. When brushing on the medium, make sure the application is flat and consistent throughout the entire surface of the plate. I like to work with a combination of wet on wet and wet on dry applications. Old brushes are great for unique mark making. Within a couple of minutes, the first layer is dry enough to add accents of wet medium for more variation. I am using the carborundum gel straight from the jar for the darkest marks. A two-tone brush stroke can be achieved by using an angled brush with a different mixture applied to each half of the tip. For lighter tones, use the acrylic medium straight from the jar. Thoroughly wash your brushes with soap and water. Lay the brush flat to dry to maintain its shape. To avoid pouring any carborundum down the drain, allow the grit to settle at the bottom of your water cup. Pour out the water and scoop out the grit for disposal. Before you ink your plate, check for any high areas of carborundum gel on your plate. Raised marks can be scraped off with a palette knife. To intensify the blue plate tone, I'm using a mixture of Akua Intaglio Phthalo Blue and Lamp Black. A soft rubber brayer is used to apply the ink. plate is wiped and Talio with Akua wiping fabric. For additional layers of color, a monotype can be printed above or below your Carborundum plate. Mixing your ink with transparent base will create a wider range of color in your final print. For full bleed printing, the paper should be smaller than the plate. I am printing on dampened Arnhem 1618 heavyweight paper. Too much pressure and not enough ink on the plate may cause the paper to stick to the plate when going through the press. I recommend gradually increasing the amount of pressure as needed.